All right, we're gonna open this thing up. You know, this thing will burn the tires off the back, but I generally roll. All right, let's open it up. Let's go. Here we go. All right, 60, 70, 80. Hi everybody, Jim from County Corvette here. I have a Mercedes S600 sedan. This car was bought new by one of the principals at Faulkner dealerships, and back in 2010 my former partner in my building here bought the car, and then in 2014 he upgraded to a 2012 S600 that I found for him. And ironically, he traded this, and we were going to bring it to a Mannheim auction, and I drove it around the building to move it, and I said, oh, I like this car. So I bought it, and that was in 2014, and I owned it ever since. I bought it with 40,000 miles, and since I've owned it, I can tell you the maintenance on it has been no expense spared. We've maintained it to all the specs. So what that means is, on a Mercedes like this at 75,000 miles, the amplifier for the ignition gets done. At 100,000, the coils get done, lower control arms. We did all that. The transmission module done. I always kept the paint as nice as I could. I had the front, the hood, which is aluminum. I had my guys strip that and repaint it because stone chips drove me crazy. I repainted the bumper cover, but that was sanded down to the original substrate. Same thing with the back bumper. I think the doors had been re-cleared at some point. There was a little chip here that has been hand filled. It's not a flawless, concourse car. It had some chips and scratches. There's a couple of touch-ups on here, but you probably wouldn't see them unless you were looking for them. I just always kept the car as perfect as I could as a driver. I put 70,000 miles on this car. I had the wheels refinished actually not long ago, within the past 3,000 miles, and it had these are new Continentals up front. The back Continentals probably have about 4,000 or 5,000 miles. I'm including a brand new set of matching Continentals that match the front. I have, there's new floor mats in it. I have a extra seat back cushion just in case the side bolster wore on it, which it never really did. And I just kept the car as nice as I could. I love the car, but guess what? I bought a S65, but upgrade. But this is a hard car to step back from because I actually, hadn't been driving it a lot. I have a Tahoe that has been my driver for the past 30,000 miles, which is a great vehicle, but it's not an S600. This is a twin turbo V8, twin turbo V12 with 510 horsepower and 620 foot-pounds of torque. And I've actually never taken the car over, I think, 120. And the technology on this car in 07 was just light years ahead of everything else. It had distance sensing radar, which is adaptive cruise control basically, and the braking, the automatic braking, so it senses if somebody gets in front of you, and that probably avoided a half a dozen major collisions in this car where people made left turns in front of me. And the car just stopped. Before I could even react, the seat belts retract, and this thing stopped. One other interesting thing about this car is in 07, this thing braked almost comparables from accelerated and braked 0-60 to 0 within a fraction of a second of a Z06. This car is fast. You'll get in trouble with this car on the highway if you're not highly disciplined. But you can be rolling it, 90, 100 miles an hour and getting a seat massage. All 4 seats have massage. It's just every luxury you could want. This was, in 07, this was simply put the best Mercedes-Benz ever manufactured. And, they've gotten, obviously, more technologically advanced. The car listed for over $155,000. You know, and people are afraid of them because if they're not maintained well. This car, I've done everything it's ever needed and then a lot more, and you can buy it with confidence. It does not need anything. The only wear on the car is the driver's side of the steering wheel. Hang on, oil's in my skin, I hold too tight, I don't know, just that one spot. But other than that, it actually looks like a low mileage, you know, relatively new car. And you won't be disappointed with it. I love this car, I really do. And we're gonna take it out. I'm gonna show you the performance of it and just how beautifully it drives. All right, so let's go for a ride. Yeah, so I can tell you the interior in this car is superb. I always keep perfect floor mats in. I bought a few sets, and this set is literally right out of the box. I have battery tender leads hooked up front and rear because this thing's got 2 big batteries in it. All these batteries have been replaced within a year or so. There's no maintenance on this car that has not been done. It's absolutely ready to go. The oil's relatively new. The cooling system was replaced. I put a radiator in it several years ago. You know, I think it was about 10,000 miles ago. They just get brittle over time. It started to show a little bit of wear. I wasn't leaking, but you know, I always was proactive with everything on it. I've taken this car on some nice road trips. There's simply no better, no better way to go. And I used to, you know, drink coffee like this. The car does, you know, it's all air suspension. Air pneumatic. It's just such a luxurious, pleasant. It's hard to describe how nice it is to drive. If you've never driven an S-Class Mercedes of the 221 series, they're really, really good driving cars. The 600's even better. It's got the longer wheelbase. When you sit in the back of this thing, it's like being transported in a limo. The engine mounts were replaced, the trans mount. Those engine mounts do wear and causes some vibration. These have been replaced within a short, you know, relatively short period of time. It's just a no excuses car. It's the way, you know, if you've watched my videos, how the cars I like to buy and sell, you know, there's a reason why I bought this car. And like I said, I'm only selling it because I got a newer version. But bang for the buck, there's nothing, absolutely nothing you can buy out there that compares to a car like this. You'll just want to drive it to Florida or across the country when you get it. It's just that kind of car. You can take this car to any event, and it's just pure luxury. It's classy. I don't know. I think this is one of the best body styles too of the S classes. I don't particularly care for the new ones. The one I got is the 222 series, which is the last of the big V12s, unless you get into a Maybach, and I'm not really into look at me cars like that. What the hell am I going to drive a Maybach? Yeah, no, that's not my style. I always liked this car just because of what it was, not because of, you know, perceived status, that type of thing. But, you know, to each his own. But the climate control works flawlessly. I mean, I always just kind of set it at the, oh, somebody actually set it down. I always kept it at 72, and it's just perfect. So maybe I'll do a seat demo here. You can't see it, but I'm going to do a fast and vigorous massage here. If you're a gym rat like I am, there's nothing like getting a back massage after leg day on the way home from the gym. And you can program this thing with different heights in the back, you know, different positions. It's just badass. All right, we're gonna open this thing up. You know, this thing will burn the tires off the back, but I generally roll. All right, let's open it up. Let's go. Here we go. All right, 60, 70, 80, 90. All right, I gotta back off. It's not safe to go much faster than that. This thing will keep doing it. It just it doesn't stop pulling. It just is. It's like going for a plane ride. So, yeah. No, I don't want to sell it, but I don't need 2 V12 cars. But yeah, it's just it's some real engineering, let me tell you. The Germans know how to build a car. They really, really know how to build a car. You pay for it, but they know how to build a car. So, you know, as you can see, I mean, I opened this thing up. I wasn't watching the tachometer. I just basically, you know, at 25 miles an hour, I just, you know, gave it 3/4 throttle and then almost full throttle until I backed off there. And, you know, it'll shift. The red line's just under 6,000 RPM. I think it's like 5,700. And, you know, you have manual transmission controls on the back of the steering wheel. You can manually shift it. I never did. I can't do as well as this thing shifts itself, and why bother? I'd rather drink my coffee. Yeah, and you won't spill your coffee in this car. The stability and level that it maintains is perfection. So that's what it is. There's not much out there. There's some of these cars are out there, but they're not well maintained. You're not going to find a better maintained one. Now, there's a couple plastic covers one goes on the engine here. I always thought they looked cheesy. I took it off, and unfortunately, I can't find it. If that bothers you, don't buy the car. I really don't care. It doesn't make the car. It doesn't sound dead in anything. It's just a stupid plastic cover. I think it looks better without it anyway. But I'm a mechanic by trade, and this thing is just a feat of engineering. Not even really that hard to work on. I mean, I wouldn't want to try to rebuild the engine. God, man, what a ride. Anyway, that plastic cover's not there. You go buy one on eBay if you have to have it. Don't bother me about it. And then there's one, I think there was another one in the front that I know gets better air circulation without it. That's what I read anyway. I don't know where that one is either. And like I said, if that's a deal breaker, too bad. It's not an indication of the quality of the car. I can promise you that. It's just an indication of me not caring. So, you know, it's what it is. It's a lot of bang for the buck. And I will tell you that my back feels awesome right now. I'm getting a really nice massage. I may just sit in here and finish this coffee and reflect on the years that I've owned this car and how good it's been to me, and a lot of memories, a lot of family trips. Yeah, good times. So, you know, if you're looking for something to road trip, just a real nice car to go to church in, or whatever, you know, rings your bell. This is the V12 Mercedes that you need to buy. There's not a better one out there, and I can tell you that because this one's mine, and I doubt anybody takes care of this stuff as well as I do. So, hey, take a look at it. Give us a call. No surprises. Like I said, I throw in that extra seat and the tires, the brand new Continentals for the back, and it should be trouble-free for the next person for a long time. Thanks for watching my video. I wish you could have enjoyed the massage that I'm getting right now, but go have yourself a cup of coffee and think about it. Thanks for watching.